Hi students, it's me again, Ma'am Hannah. So today I wanted to talk about something that I feel hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan, especially with everything that's going on right now. By the way, disclaimer, these are my own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of where I work or my students or, other organizations that I'm involved with. But it's really just fine. Alam natin that there's so much happening, especially the COVID pandemic. There's been so much focus and all the efforts have really been how are we going to control for the COVID pandemic, how to stop the spread. Alam mo yon, parang the whole focus has really been on that, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, okay? It's just with the intervention of us trying to control the pandemic, this has resulted to other problems. Apart from the loss of jobs, yung pinaka talagang nakikita ko, at least in our field, is really yung effect nito sa aming mga students in the review center, students who are reviewing for the board exam. And hindi ko alam, but I feel like hindi masyadong pinag-uusapan, no, yung issue na ito, the mental health of students or reviewees who are going to take the licensure examinations. Now, the reason bakit gusto ko pong ipag-usapan to today, ayun po, napansin ko rin, no, and nakita ko that so many students are, even before the board exam, when I was working in the academe, students already have a hard time coping with the pressure from their families, the pressure from the school na hindi babagsak. Alam mo yon, ang dami ng pressure on their shoulders. And given the pandemic and the delays in the board exam, lalo pong nadagdagan yung pressures na nararanasan ng mga students. The pressure, number one, kasi pagka-graduate, they already have the pressure to provide, no? To earn and to provide for their families, and yung iba, inaasahan pa ng parents nila to also help with expenses. And there are students who have other plans in life, they plan to go to medicine, they plan to do other things. And what this COVID pandemic has, how it has impacted students, no? Some students thankfully have come out more positive out of this experience, no? Mas naging strong yung faith nila, and they were able to make sense of everything that has happened, and I think we've done a good job naman in being able to provide emotional support for the students. But merong mga students talaga that hindi nila talaga, alam mo yon, parang they really feel bad with what's happening, because they don't know how to provide for their families. Hindi nila alam kung magpa-part-time job na lang ba sila, hindi na sila magbo-board exam. All this confusion and uncertainty has really driven them out of focus. And well, hopefully short-term lang po yung magiging effect nito. I don't really know for sure because I don't think anyone has really studied the mental health yet of students who take licensure exams. But I feel like, we have to think that these are going to be our future professionals. And we really need to provide support for their mental health. I do not know the extent of which review centers or schools provide emotional support, and even faculty, teachers, educators. And I really hope that during this period, even college students are having a hard time. And I do hope that there is enough services and there is enough support to guide them. Alam mo yon, kasi a lot of students are really shy in reaching out to people. And there should, of course, we want our students talaga na kung kaya nila talaga maglakas loob and to ask for help and to talk to people. But really us, as the educators, people in higher institutions, kailangan we have to be there for them. We have to offer as much emotional support as we can talaga. Kasi alam mo yon, I understand that hindi lahat ng educators din, no, are able to provide that much support sa students, no? Maybe you're not the kind, to offer emotional support. Pero I think this is the right time that trainings and, counseling efforts really should be made stronger, and reaching out. I really advocate for educators to have an air of approachability. Alam mo yon, parang hindi ito yung time that our educators impose na parang sobrang nakakatakot sila na hindi makalapit yung students. I really do hope and encourage all the educators out there to be approachable as much as possible to the students, because the lessons are hard enough, and it's more difficult na hindi mo ma-approach yung teacher. Wala kang, you have a question and you can't really ask because intimidating yung kanilang atmosphere. So, whether you're teaching in a review center or whether you're teaching in an institution, a higher institution, I think there should really be a lot of support to be given to students talaga. And as much as possible, I really discourage even families or educators to pressure their students. There has been so much pressure din kasi na, oh, you have to top the board exam, you have to accomplish all these things. Pero given everything that's happening, it's really very heavy for students. Ang dami na nilang pinagdadaanan emotionally. Maybe it may not, hindi siya kita sa labas na talagang hindi nagmumukhang naghihirapan sila, but they really are having a hard time. And for those that I've talked to, they're really shy in telling their families and all that because they don't want to be an additional burden. There's always this concern for the other people apart from themselves. So I think let's be more understanding din sa mga estudyanteng ito. Nahihirapan na sila mag-review. Some have already lost yung gana nila to review because of everything that's happening. So the best that we can do is really to offer support and to raise awareness on this issue. Alam mo yon, kasi parang ang dami-daming problema and ang dami ding deeper problems that hindi napapansin din, which is again the mental health of many people, of course, hindi lang naman estudyante. So let's be more compassionate to people around us. Let us offer as much emotional support as we can, and I'm also encouraging other people who work again in review centers in the academe to offer as much support, even families, no, to these students who are struggling to cope with how they're going to go about the board exam and even their life, no, how are they going to jumpstart with their careers, because talagang may mga students na nahihirapan talaga, and it is difficult to differentiate them because some are just hiding it, ayaw nilang sabihin, pero talaga nahihirapan na sila. So please, if you think this is an important issue to talk about, I do hope you can share this video so we can raise awareness on the mental health of our students, our college students, our reviewees, no, and that proper interventions, no, be made available to these students then, no, in review centers, in schools, kasi these are lives we are talking about, and these students are going to be the saving hands of our future, because they're going to be, of course, the professionals that will run our country eventually after a few years. So yeah, if you think this is relevant for you or for where you are, please do share this video, leave a like or a comment, and this is again Ma'am Hannah, and I will see you guys next time. Happy reviewing!